Hello, thank you for joining me for today's workout. We are going to be doing some seated legs, seated abs. You will not need to be out of your chair, so nice and comfortable, but not light on the work. You are still gonna be working today. Our equipment, obviously the chair. I have my exercise ball. If you do not have one of these, I do recommend grabbing one because it will become a staple in our workouts. So many great things that we can do with this guy. So drugstore, supermarket, great time of year to go ahead and pick one up. If you do not have one handy, a rolled up towel, a small pillow, a teddy bear, something that you can squeeze that is about this size will work as well. I also have my resistance band today. I have my light band. If you do not have this or you prefer not to work with it, do not worry. You still do the exercises, you just simply leave it out. If you enjoyed today's workout, go ahead and please make it official. Hire me as your trainer. It takes a quick click of the subscribe button. That is all it takes, and I definitely appreciate it. Get set up and we're gonna get to work right now. All right, we are set up, we're ready to go. We first have to start with our warm up, and at first I just want you to take those arms up overhead and create length in through those abs. It is not a back bend, so if you have a sensitive low back, do not dump yourself back, just instead come up nice and tall, and then turn yourself just slightly to the right, really hug and pull those abs in. Inhale all the way up and exhale off to the left. Just a little bit of work in there. Bring it on forward, very good. And side bend to the right. Lengthen those arms up off of the body. Instead of a deeper bend, go for a bigger reach to the center and to the left. Very good. Bring it on up. Take them down and go ahead and pick up the right foot for me and give me some ankle circles. Today is all about the legs and the core or the abs, but in my opinion, the feet and the ankles are still part of the legs, so we will be working on them as well. Reverse that circle here on the right leg. A few more there, and we'll switch it over to the left side. Same thing, circles here on out. And then circle them back in. Take that on down. Nice, easy kicks forward. You do not have to raise the knees really high. We're not going for karate kicks here. Just warming up through the quad muscles, kind of lubricating those knee joints. And then you're gonna give me an opposite hand reach across as you kick. Again, just kind of warming up through that core. Make sure that you are pulling those abs in. Very good. Keep kicking here, except now widen it out a little bit in the stance. And this time we're gonna pull over the leg that we're kicking and kind of warming up through those oblique and back muscles there, giving them just a slight amount of work. Very good. So today's not gonna be really cardio intense. You can speed these moves up if you kind of wanna feel the burn and feel the heart rate come up real high, but it is more about building strength and building control in the body, so not quite as fast pace. Go ahead, give me a hacky sack here, just taking the insole of that foot up to the opposite hand. So you're not reaching the hand down, you're just lifting the foot. Even if it doesn't touch, that's okay. So a little bit slower pace today, like I was saying, but I always like to remind you guys, everything that I'm doing here today, it's a suggestion. It is not one size fits all. You know your body best. You know what works, what doesn't. So I encourage you to stay working, stay challenged, but I insist that you keep yourself safe and take those modifications whenever you need them. Good. Legs open and close, and you might already feel a little bit of heat, getting the blood moving, getting the oxygen pumping. Awesome. Very good. We'll take a few more here. We'll do one more warm up for the core and for the back. Leave those legs just a little bit wider than the hips and scoop that body around. So on this side lean, we're stretching through the side, stretching forward, lengthening the chest up and forward, kind of getting into those hips, around to the back. When you come to the back, scoop and tuck, pull those abs in, graze the back of your chair, smaller if you need it, slower is fine too. You should feel those abs working. So tuck in, squeeze, release for the stretch. And same thing when you come back, tuck in and squeeze. And then let's go ahead and reverse that. Shoulders and spine just moving along. Nice movement here. I like this one. This one always feels so good. Hang in here. Very good. Don't be scared to find the work, to find the stretch here. That's what we're here for. Awesome job. Very good. All right, bring it back to the chair. We are going to start all of these exercises today. We're going to do them twice, kind of back to back. So we're going to take them into sets, back to back sets. So go ahead, if you have your band, grab your band and you're just going to loop it. Sometimes easier said than done. Over those calves. So what I would like for placement, I suggest starting halfway between the knees and the ankles, and then go ahead and step those feet out right off of the hips, ankles right under the knees. So really angular placement here, and you can already see that I'm having to resist that band. You probably feel that. Go ahead, calf raises here. Watch those knees that they are not bending in. You are having to keep them out. Ankles are staying out as well. You will feel quite a bit of work here, even though you are not standing. We're gonna go for 15. I'm gonna start counting now. 8, 5 more, 3, 2, and 1. Step those feet in. Release a little bit of tension from the band, but not so much that it slips down. Sit on it nice and tall, and you're not going to really see what's happening here, but you should be able to feel it. Hug those abs in towards the back of your chair, and then give them a little squeeze. It is not holding your breath, so you are still able to breathe, but you are warm through the core. I'm gonna keep talking you through it here. Hug those abs in, squeeze. If you lose this, it is okay. Come back to it. We still have just a little bit more to go here. Gaining control over the core, letting it warm up, no movement through the body. Tall through the spine, hug them in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't stop. If you lose it, bring it back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Very good. 5 more seconds. Tightening up that inner corset. So we're taking what is pushing out and pulling it in and tightening. Release that. Beautiful job. Go ahead. Wiggle it out. About 5-second break, enough for you to catch your breath. Grab a drink of water and then take those feet back wide. Make sure that your band placement is good. No pressure in the knees, no pain in the ankles. 15 of them together. Here we go. Watch the placement. Do not let those knees come in. They stay working to stay out. a lot harder than it looks. 5 more. 2 and 1. Beautiful. This time, go ahead, leave that band there still for me, and go ahead, just take them in closer. Keep that band where it is. Hug those abs towards the back of the chair. So pull the belly button in, kind of pull them up to the rib cage a little bit, and then give them that nice solid squeeze. You're not moving, but you should definitely be working. These are all your good posture muscles, your stability muscles, your low back support. So important to keep these functioning and strong. So hang on here. If you lose it, that is okay. Sometimes it takes practice. You just come back to it if you need to. Hang on, I know, I feel it too. I'm shaking. I don't know if you can see, but I'm shaking. Beautiful job. Release those abs. Oh my goodness. All right. Going back to the legs again. Set those feet out. Tension on the band. No pressure in the knees, no pressure in the ankles. This time, I want you to squeeze those glutes, so the booty cheeks. Go ahead and squeeze them up underneath you and pulse this band out. So knees right over ankles, out a little bit and in. 15 here. Keep squeezing. Like you could take those glutes and squeeze them together underneath you. This is not a big movement, but you should feel a lot of work here. You can drop the band if it is too much. I've lost count, but I feel like we're halfway there. I'm so sorry. Let's go 5 more. Very good. 3, 2, beautiful job. And 1, release. Okay, set those legs back in. This time, I want you to release those abs. Inhale, pull them up and in. Exhale, release. Inhale, in, release. Keep going here. So this time, nice, good, strong, intense hold. Briefly, and then let it go. Even though you cannot see the movement and it's not this big, huge movement, you have a lot going on. Pull those abs in and release. In, release. Very good. 5 more. Beautiful job. We're all gonna be paced differently with that one, so I'm gonna give you a couple seconds if you're still finishing up, or if you've already finished, take a quick break. Back to those legs one more time so you can see how we're doing today. We're repeating our sets twice, and we move on to the next. Take those legs just a little bit wider than the hips. Same thing here. Engage those glute muscles, so you're gonna squeeze them up and together, and then give me just that little bit of that knee pushing out, so it's not just the knee. The legs, the calves underneath it are following. I'm not gonna lose count this time, I promise. Keep squeezing from those glutes. Stay active there. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release the legs. Oh, it feels so good to take them back inside. Ab engagement, 15 of them here. So inhale, hold, exhale, release. Good. Keep the spine tall while you're doing this. Don't let the shoulders start creeping up to the ears and creating a lot of tension and tightness in the body. The only movement is just those abs pulling in, engaging, and releasing. Beautiful job here. 5 more, if you're paced with me. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful job. You have your band around this bottom part of the legs. So I'm gonna have you step the left foot back just slightly, and we're gonna take the right leg up. And now we're extending, except you have a little bit of resistance from this band. If you do not have enough work, you can take it just a little bit lower. You can see that my knees are still hips distance apart. 15 on the right leg. I have 10 more here. Hopefully you started with me. If not, you can make it up, no big deal. I'm not raising my knee, it's still staying level with my left. As I extend, you do not have to bring it all the way up and lock that knee out. You can still see that I still have a soft bend in my knee there. That's gonna keep pressure out of your kneecap. I have very sensitive knees, so I know how important that is. Flex those toes up for me if you are not already. 3, 2, and 1. Set that leg in. Take those feet together. Reach underneath your chair and grab your ball. Squish it with the fingertips. We're gonna go to the right. Dip it over, right up to the center. Over 15 times. Hug those abs up and in. We wanna train them to stay in, not to be pushing out. Very good. You notice that my whole body is moving with the ball. We don't want the spine moving in one direction and part of my spine going somewhere else. It all follows, it all tracks. Very good here. You've got this. Slow and controlled. I like working with these on one side because then we're not building up a bunch of momentum and just swinging through our space all wild. Keep it mild, not wild. To the center. Very good. Go ahead and just set that right here on the left side. Widen those legs back out. 15 on the right. Again, and you guessed it, we'll go to the left. Flex those toes up here. You can ditch the band if it is too much. Watch the height of this right knee. 10 more here. This quad muscle is so important for knee strength. Like I said, I have sensitive knees. I know how bad they can hurt, but doing nothing and avoiding any type of work or movement in the knee is not going to improve them. Making this muscle here nice and strong will help over time, but still make sure you're not aggravating anything in the meantime. 2 and 1. Bring it back in, release that band tension so I'm able to move. I'm not feeling a lot of stress, but my band is staying in place so I don't have to readjust. Take the ball here, fingertips, so we're not kinking in the wrist. 15 to the right, hug those abs in. It's just a small rotation. Body follows the ball. Beautiful job. Hang in there. I told you today would not be light on the work. Very good. 5 more here. You've got this. And last one here. Beautiful job. Set that off to the side. Take those legs back out. I know they are getting tired. I promise you, after this exercise, we will take the band off and you will not have to put it back on. So just make it through this last one. I know I feel the work here in my thighs to keep these knees stable. This is what we're here for though. We did not come here to avoid work. 15 with the left. This is my sensitive knee, so I'm gonna modify. I'm just not gonna lift my foot as high. I'm gonna stay a little bit lower, but I'm also gonna give myself a little bit longer of a pause where I can work. So if you can modify the movement and still find a way to get to the work and improve this strength, that's all you can do, right? You can't get frustrated with yourself, just get creative. I don't have to move higher, I'll just hold longer and stay low. Keep those toes coming up for me. Very good. Legs are shaking. This leg is still working, your right leg. So if you feel this leg burning, you're not imagining it. It is working. Very good. 2 more here if you are paced with me. Last one. Take that down. Take it in. Right away, let's just head into it and dip over to the left side and bring it up to the center. So small rotation there, shifting the work from the front abs over to the obliques. Soft fingertips. Hold this ball. You guys are doing awesome. You are so dedicated. Hang in there. Watch your form here. I will happily take a smaller movement over a big one that is putting you at risk for injury. Make sure that your right hip is staying heavy in the chair. You're not leaning, you're just turning. So kind of imagine taking the left elbow over towards the back of the chair. The important part here is not the twisting, it's the hugging and engagement of those core muscles here. Very good, beautiful job. I've got 3 more. You could be different, it's okay. And last one, awesome job. Take those feet back out, make sure those knees stay over those ankles. Let's go here, 15, left leg. And then the band comes off. It's gonna feel amazing. Keep those toes flexed up. Very good. Pay really close attention to how your knees are feeling. Stay in line with this right leg. How are you doing? Hang in there with me. I know you're not alone. Trust me. I feel this. It's a lot of work. We will get through it. 4 more here. Good. 2. And last one. Go ahead and real quick, my band doesn't want to release, just shimmy that band on down. Go ahead and step out of it. Now, I did say that you would not have to put it back on the legs, but we are not done with it. So go ahead and just set it somewhere where you have it handy. Let's get our 15 here on the left side. Try to keep those elbows up. Very good. 5 more. Make sure to pause here in the center, 2, and 1. Awesome job today. Take that ball in between the thighs. Make sure you are clear of the kneecap so that as you push, you are not pushing on the joint, just kind of up on the in-between. Now, go ahead, squeeze that ball in. So we worked on our abducting muscles. That's the thigh muscles pushing out. We're gonna work on the thigh muscles pushing in. So now we are adducting. Little bit of a difference there. Abducting, adducting. It's hard to remember. But here we go. Squeeze the ball 15 times. So take those feet in just a little bit so that way as you squeeze, those knees still are relatively over those ankles. I have never seen anyone pop one of these exercise balls. You know, don't hold back, but also just, you know, kind of pay attention to what's going on with this guy here. You can underinflate it a little bit if you feel like it's just got too much air. Good, nice solid squeeze. Squeeze and hold and release. Now you'll notice that you're not able to release too much. You might have found out the hard way that you will drop your ball. So there's always just a little bit of work in there. You've got this. 2 and 1. Beautiful job. Take the ball to the left hand and we're gonna bring the right leg up just a little bit. The left hand is gonna slide up. The leg is gonna come out. And we're gonna pull them back together. Not a big movement. So what you are trying to do here is create stability in your core by, you guessed it, pulling those ab muscles up and in, giving them a good squeeze, engaging them. This movement here, again for the leg, hip flexor, and quad. Beautiful job. This one you will only have to do once on each side, so hopefully that's good news. Hold. 5, 4, 3, work from those abs. 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Lots of work in there. Take the ball back in between the legs. Feet come just a little bit closer than the knees. Squeeze in 15 times. Squeeze and hold. Do not rush through it. Seven, almost halfway there. Then 12. And finally, last one, take this ball over to the right hand and go ahead, pick up that left knee. And same thing here, take them out and then draw elbow towards the knee. They are not gonna touch, they don't have to, it's just that small. So engaging the core here and getting that little bit of a crunch in there without having to move the low back. So you notice that our moves today are not really big. They're not gonna stress out the low back, but you're still getting plenty of work in through that core. So we got really creative with this one. Leg is working, I know. Beautiful job, hang in there. Take a break if you need to, smaller movement if you need it. Watch your form. I'm trying to distract you. You are doing so good. Hang in there. I know we need modifications. I know we need to work from the chair, but I am not gonna treat you like you are made of glass and feathers. You are not a fragile, delicate thing. You can still work. Hang on, hang on. We just need to change the ways in which we work. You've got this. I know you can do this. This is tough. I'm kind of talking to myself here too. Hold. 5, 4, work from the core. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. All right. We'll stretch those hip flexors out when we are done today. I promise. All right. We're gonna take the ball over to the right side, and you're gonna kind of get into a comfortable position here on the forearm, so not on the elbow. You wanna make sure I really discourage pushing on a joint. So I like to interlace my fingers here, or if you feel like your ball is gonna go flying across the room, you can gently place the left hand in front of it. I want you to push down. You are not pushing from the elbow, you are pushing from the core, so bend at the waist. Press this ball down. You should feel core work in there. Very good. You have 5 more here. You see that we're going at a nice steady pace. You're gonna push down, engage through that core, hold, and release. So if you are already done with these, maybe just double check next time that you're getting that hold. 2, and 1. Our superset here is we're just gonna switch right on over to the left side. Same thing here, push down, engage the core, release. Make sure that you are pushing with the abs so it's not the arm. You're not giving the ball CPR. Push from those abs and come up. Very good. Focus on your form. Pay attention to how your low back feels. When you push down, you're not scrunching up, you're staying really long in the neck. Hang in there with me here. On our second set, we're gonna switch it up just a little bit. Good. I wish I could see you guys in person to make sure you have a nice indent in your ball. I love when I get to class and everyone's ball is nice and round and they're just moving the body. Last one here. The ball is always a dead giveaway if you are working, or maybe not so much. We're gonna push this ball down here on the right side, and we're gonna hold it down for 15 seconds using that core strength. So make sure, you know, the arm is involved a little bit naturally, but you're just not pushing the arm down. The work, the bending, the force coming from the abs. So make sure that you are engaging them, squeezing, bring it on down here. Make sure you are bracing those abs, getting them engaged, pulling them in. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Over to the left side. Same thing, push down. Find the core work. Find a comfortable place, shoulders out of the ears. Keep going here. Try not to push directly on the elbow. Your forearm is very strong. Abs hug in, squeeze them. Remember to breathe. 3, 2, do not release. 1, take it up and easy. From there, awesome, awesome job. Here we go. To the legs. This one is for the core. And again, I know, I'm so sorry for those hip flexors and quads. You've got this. Inner thighs are working because you need to squeeze the ball in. Ball comes here, lift those legs. If you are not able to lift those legs using your low abs, come to the tiptoes. Make sure that you are engaging from the core. 15 wherever you are. If you have a chair that you can grip on underneath for a little bit of stability, that will help. 10 more. Very good. 3, 2, and 1. I know, set that down. Right leg comes on up, open it out, and in. So a little bit of abducting now. Squeeze the tushy underneath you if you are not already. You only will need to do one of these on each side. You're gonna feel that hip flexor working here. It should not be painful. It should definitely feel like work. It's not gonna be comfortable, but it should not be in pain. Squeeze those glutes. It's really hard to activate these glutes from the chair. They are a lifting and lowering and a pushing muscle. So we just gotta kind of really make sure that we tap into them. Release when we have the opportunity. Sometimes whether we like it or not. Same thing. Ball in between the legs, clear of the kneecaps. Take those hips forward just a little bit so you can lean back in your chair. Leaning back, you're not dumping or slouching. You're still staying upright with this good form. To the tiptoes, making sure that you're getting that little extra length on the pause to get that ab work. Or lift. Just a little bit here, still squeezing the ball. Very good, hang in, I know. Don't let those abs start pushing out to pull them in. 2, and thank heavens. 1, ball can go under the chair and lift that left leg, same thing. Engage through those glutes and open this left leg out. So the ball did go under the chair, but please make sure that it's still handy, so don't chuck it across the room. I probably should have told you that a second ago. When we're done with this, you can pause it and go get it if you did. Squeeze those glutes, hang in here. There may be a little bit of tenderness in these legs and abs tomorrow. We will stretch you out and get ahead of some of that soreness. So please do not skip the stretching. It is such an important part of recovery. As well, stretching and mobility is such an important part of your fitness. Last one there. Thank heavens. Grab your band. All right. So you will recall that I said that we were still going to be using this. It is optional. Of course, everything we do here is optional, but I want you to go ahead and take it around the hands, lift them up, flatten in your chair, lean off to the right and lift. Stop, dead center. So you're getting a little bit of back muscle work here by keeping this band out. If you have sensitive hands, you can put it around the forearms, just move it further down the body. Very good. Left hip stays heavy, obliques are working. You're doing awesome. As we lower, we're not rounding towards the ground, so even if you're smaller, plenty of work here still. You just, again, smaller movement. Hit that pause a little bit longer. 2 more. And 1. Beautiful job. Take it down. Ball comes back out from underneath the chair, under the right foot. Now your placement could be different depending on how you feel. Right out in front of you might feel better, out to the side, somewhere in between, further forward, further back. What I do want is for the toes to be off of it a little bit, the heel and the arch and the bottom of the ball of the foot to be underneath it. And I want you to push down. Good. So I'm gonna hang onto my chair here. You can see my ball is getting that nice indent. If you are pushing straight down, your ball should not move a whole lot. You're gonna get that wibble wobble at the bottom, but if you're kind of pushing off at an angle, the ball will move. Good. You can kind of bounce in place, see where a good placement is. Very good. Push, use those leg muscles. We're only gonna do 1 set each side. So this is your last exercise too. Don't be scared to tire out that right leg. Press and hold for me. Push that ball into the ground. Ankle is somewhere under the knee, hopefully, to avoid some knee discomfort, or find your own placement. Just make sure that wherever you are, you feel good. Hamstring is working here. Awesome job. Scoot it back underneath the chair, but keep it handy. I'll give you the warning that time. Band around the hands or the forearms, depending on how they feel. They come up overhead. Wide legs, hips, heavy in the chair, 15 to the left. Body just tilts to the side and straight up. Imagine that you are squished in between 2 pieces of bread like a little sandwich where you cannot fold or lean forward or lean back. Straight to the side. Keep pulling on that band a little bit. Engage those back muscles. They are part of the core. They're important. If your form is starting to fail a little bit, it's okay. We're getting tired. Just modify to a smaller movement or ditch the band. Very good. Hang on here. Almost there. 2, and thank heavens, last one. On up. Release that band. Take it to the back of the chair. Grab your ball. Same thing here. Find the footing and the placement that feels right for you here on the left leg. If you start and you're like, I still don't care for it, you can move it around. It's not concrete, it'll move. Go ahead here, 15 pushes, and then we're gonna give it that slight hold. So you count them out. Make sure that you kind of find that little dip in the ball. You're not feeling pressure or pain in the kneecap. If you have sensitive ankles, smaller push, just in case this ball moves. It does not move that ankle funny. Good. This will help you build up a little bit of ankle stability as well. If they're prone to kind of bowing out or knocking in through some of your walking or daily movements, staying nice and static here as we push and engage those leg muscles will help. Pause and hold if you got your 15. Try to focus again on that stability. Use that leg. You're gonna feel that hamstring kick in and work. Again, it's another one of the muscles that's just a little more difficult to tap into from the chair. Very good, go ahead. Roll that ball underneath the chair, pillow, whatever you were using, underneath the chair, and let's go ahead and stretch out. Turn those legs to the left for me. That's gonna kind of free up your right leg. You can grab the back of the shoe. They have these little tabs on them sometimes, or if flexibility allows, you can grab the toes. You can use a strap or a hand towel, whatever you have to close that distance if you're not able to reach. We are not pulling the foot to the butt. It's just gonna stress out that knee joint a little bit. So if you need to increase this stretch, if you are very mobile today, just take the whole foot and the leg back as you lean forward slightly, staying heavy in your left hip. Go ahead, do not drop it like a ton of bricks. Set it down easy, and then go ahead and take this leg on back. You can lift up out of the chair a little bit, push that heel back, and just stand on up a little bit, stretching that hip flexor. The more you push this back foot back, good. You can support a little bit of the weight there onto the chair. I know those legs are tired. Set that down easy. Take it in. Let's go ahead and go right for the other side. Your ball does move, so before you stand up and start moving around, check and see where it is. So you do not want to step on it when you are not in the chair. Go ahead and take this left one up. Good. You can, again, grab the back of the shoe or the little tab, toes. You can use a yoga strap, a hand towel. If you need to deepen the stretch, do not crank the foot to the butt. Lean forward and lift the knee. Make sure it's not coming wide, it's still staying underneath that hip. And then go ahead, set that down easy, no slingshotting it. Step that foot back, lift up slightly through that right leg. Knee is over the ankle or behind it. Push this left leg out, hug those abs in. Hip flexor stretch here. Just give it a couple seconds. I know those legs are tired. This probably feels, I know this feels like a ton of work, but you've got it. Set it back in, take it back forward. And then let's go ahead and stretch out those abs again, same way that we did at the beginning of our workout. Just take those arms up overhead. We're not leaning back, we're not compressing the low back discs there. We're just stretching up nice and tall, and you can go a little bit side to side to get into those obliques there. Oh, I can tell that we did a good job already. Take it down. Anytime we work on the front, we do risk some discomfort in the low back. So underneath your chair, go ahead and grab that ball and place it kind of wherever you feel tension, and just roll side to side here. Not really slouching, but just a nice curve of the spine forward. I'm gonna move just so if you guys are like, what is she talking about? I'll go ahead and show you here where you can get a better visual. So I'm not slouching, I'm just using this ball. We have this equipment. Sometimes we don't have the fortune of having a masseuse here at home, you can raise it up, get up into those higher muscles. If you find a spot that's a little bit tighter, you can take it down a little bit lower. Shimmy those hips, or you can just move the rib cage side to side. If you find a spot where you've got a little bit of a knot or a little extra tension, you can just kind of work localizing in right there, releasing the tension, and then go ahead, take the ball on out. Again, set it underneath your chair, and then this time, yes, please let yourself slouch on forward, bending to the knees, tummy to the chest if that feels good. Reaching those hands for the floor, stretching through the low back. And then we will gently roll that on up. I am gonna give you guys a couple of standing stretches. They are optional, so if it is something that will work for you today, join along with me here. Your ball placed nice and sturdy underneath the chair, or go ahead and at this point throw it clear across the room. Make sure that you're not gonna step on it. My knee is gonna turn out over my ankle and right toes. Everything is tracking, and I'm just gonna take my body down here kind of off towards the center. So my knees coming outward a little bit, body is hanging forward, stretching down into those deep hip and seating muscles. And then I'll roll myself back up, and I'm gonna take this right leg and I'm just gonna place it forward, have my chair here for stability. I'm just gonna pull those hips back, flexing those toes up, and I'm gonna lower myself down until I feel that hamstring stretch. And then go ahead, set that down, and we will take the opposite side. I didn't leave myself a lot of room here today. So left knee, left ankle, left toes, kind of turning out. Body is gonna come on down forward. I'm gonna go really conservative here to start. And then from here, I find my distance slowly so that if my body wants to give me a warning signal, I haven't already gone too far. Very good. Let that hip relax. Your standing leg has a soft bend in that knee. We're not locking that guy out. Peel that back up. That's a nice release for the low back as well. Left heel to the front. Flex those toes up. Bend the right knee. Pull the hips back. Lower yourself down until you feel that hamstring stretch. Abs are coming up and in. Close it down. Sit back in your chair and then take a nice good deep breath in. Let that all go. You are so awesome. Thank you for joining me for this workout. I hope it was exactly what you needed today, and I hope that you enjoyed the work. I will see you guys again very soon for all of our workouts. We're always gonna be working on new stuff. I'm getting creative. Always open for suggestions and feedback, so let me know what you thought. Make sure that you are subscribed. Until our next workout, you guys take good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you.